New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls. It's more than practical. Here come the girls. Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life, it's free. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Hello, and welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. I'm trying to find myself. There I am.
There you are.
Wow, I'm so big, and you're so back behind.
Oh, I have my computer pushed away, but I can bring it a little bit. I don't. So it just feels weird to just be a talking head. I'm like, I have shoulders and a neck.
All right, well, here we are. Body, mind, spirit, and soul. Girls Behaving Metaphysically. We're not just talking heads. I think that should be our new tagline. We are not just talking heads. All right, I am Robin Rice Olmsted.
I'm Dr. Natasha Wilson. And I'm in, well, you said we're Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Now let's say where we are in the world, because I never know where you are.
I'm always in the same place now, generally. I'm not as exciting as I used to be. I am generally in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay. A place I actually really love. Well, it's Taos and Ocate. There's a cottonwood that I think I told you the story. Like for years, I would go and visit that cottonwood in Ocate, New Mexico, and just be with that cottonwood. It's majestic. So, yeah. I'm here in Brisbane, which is, as people probably know, in Queensland, down here in Australia, where it's winter. But my office is very hot right now.
Nice. Can you hear the background noise?
I can, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Where are you?
I am at Gills Center, and apparently everyone has decided to start talking now. So everyone is in the other room, and they're talking very loud.
Oh,
but that's okay, because this too shall pass. Anyway. Oh, God. So how are you? How's your week with your new discovery?
Yeah, my discovery was, well, it's not that I didn't discover them. It's that I finally got them. Like the air tags, because between my keys and my glasses, I am always losing those two things. And then one day this week, everything was moving smooth. The girls got up, they got dressed, we had breakfast, I packed lunch. Like everything was just moving so smooth. And I was like, we got more than enough time. And then I couldn't find my keys. And so I ended up having to use my spare keys after like tearing the house apart. And because I've never used a spare key in my car, and it doesn't have buttons, the spare key is different than the main key. I couldn't figure out how to make it work on my car. I kept pressing, like putting it like against my car. And then finally it opened, and I finally got them to school, but I was like 10 minutes late for work. And then I was like, when I find my keys, I am getting air tags. And that's what I did. Got Apple air tags, and it's already changed my life. I just wish there was a small version of something that I can like put on my glasses.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. I can't imagine that someone hasn't thought of that yet.
There probably is something. Apple clearly hasn't thought about it, but I'm going to look into it, because I think if I could just find like some kind of locator thing to stick on the inside of my glasses, like that would be like an absolute game changer in my life.
Well, I'm pretty sure within the next few minutes, our producer will have investigated and give you some lovely link, because that's the kind of guy he is. So
Yes.
that's a really cool idea. And if he can't find it, then the three of us need to market it. So
Okay.
there you go.
Oh, check out Dr. Natasha earrings. They're butterflies. Because
Nice.
it's right on topic, with what we're talking about, like becoming, always becoming, right? Like it's what butterflies represent, like the ongoing cycle of transformation.
Transformation.
But deep. I haven't heard about your week yet.
My week is good. It's what is it? It's hot here, so that's always, it's the thing about heat for me anyway is you just never know, like if you're going to be able to be motivated. Sometimes that doesn't bother me at all, and I'm like totally motivated to keep going. Other times I'm like, by 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I really could do a nap right about now. It just gets a little toasty, and you get a little lethargic. But my week has been good. I'm very excited about our New Thought in the Desert conference that's in September, and been working really hard on that. It's going to be a lot of fun with Dr. Sunny Cantrell and Faith Rivera doing music, and people coming from all over the world to participate and things like that. And so last year was amazing, and it was just a really good time of connection. And like sometimes you go to a conference and it feels like maybe it fills you up, but it doesn't really move you forward. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like stuff, or whatever. And I feel like at the end of this conference, it felt different. Like people were really connected and excited to be together. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited. That's in September, weekend of September 17th. But it's been a lot of planning, and a lot of work. And so I'm also excited that part is winding down, even though we've committed to doing it here next year in New Mexico. We figured we'd move one New Thought in the Desert to another desert. So we'll see. We'll see what we do. But that's all. I mean, so that's all, just busy and doing things and continuing the journey of letting go of what doesn't serve me, and doing more things that I really prefer to be doing.
Are you doing anything fun this weekend?
No. What is this weekend? I'm trying to think like what. Oh, no. But sometimes not doing anything fun is really fun for me. Like it's really fun when there's like nothing on our schedule. It's like, it's just a nice space. No, I'm doing a presentation, which will be fun for the practitioners at Centers for Spiritual Living. We're doing a practitioner, what do you call it? Presentation of stuff for New Thought in the Desert. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
But, yeah.
I'm enrolled in Emerson.
Congratulations.
Emerson. I'm enrolled in Emerson. And I'm going on my third date with someone.
Wow.
Sunday.
That's fun.
I know. I'm starting to have fun. Last weekend, I had a girls' night, and it was the first girls' night. Well, we had one little boy. He's the brother of my daughter's best friend. So I had the moms come. So my daughter's two best friends from Dance Academy. Well, the other friend is not Dance Academy, but she's my daughter's other best friend. And their moms came over, And then the little brother, he is so sweet. I love this little boy so much. He came over for a play date at my house maybe like 2 years ago. And ever since, and I got them McDonald's and I just spoiled them and he just remembers it. And so every time I go to the school and he sees me, he just runs up to me and gives me like the biggest hug. I'm like, I know this is a girls' night, but you have to be here, baby. Like you have to be here. So he had fun because he hung out with the dog and he hung out with Macy because Lexi wanted to be with her big girlfriends. And then I was with my big girlfriends who, let me tell Australians, man, they can drink.
They can what?
They can drink.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I had one of the moms like starfished on my living room floor and it was absolutely awesome. And then they were here until like midnight. I don't even remember the last time I had people in my house at midnight. And then their husbands came to collect them and
That's funny.
it was so funny. Their husbands came to collect them and I was like, take all your booze with you, get it out of here. The kids had a great time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a quieter weekend, but it was really nice. Like, yeah.
I find I find that is true in many other cultures besides ours. I mean, and maybe it's just my perception, but it seems like, I mean, I know when I grew up in college and stuff in Mexico, that's how it was. It was like drinking was a full on sport that you were participating in, kind of thing. And, it just feels like, not that Americans don't do that. I totally get that. But I don't know. Maybe it's my perception, but it seems like Americans just get sloppier,
Yeah.
whereas whereas other cultures get funner on some level, and it's more, I don't know, it's more interactive or something. It's not just, I don't know what it is.
Oh, I'm telling you, like everything devolved into a twerk party. And then, so here we like 50-year-old women twerking with our daughters who are also dancers. So we're like twerking out our lives. And then Andromeda, just the dog, is just like not used to having like these many people in the house. And she just starts humping everybody. And then I'm just like, what is my house turned into? But
She was doing her version.
I know she was, what she made the little boy. She just made him cry because she was like humping everybody, and I was like, I had to eventually put her outside. I was like, Andromeda, until you learn how to socialize properly, you gotta go. So, but we had such a great time.
Oh, that's great. That's so great. Well, and yeah, so that's exactly what we're talking about today. Socializing properly with ourselves. I mean, really figuring out what it is that we want, and where do you? I don't know. Becoming ourselves, becoming the best ourselves we can be, kind of thing, right?
Mm. Mm.
And I think that that of course, we're always talking about steps and processes and different things to look at for awarenesses, but I think at the end of the day, for me, I'll just say that it's real part of it. For me, one of the challenges or growing edges or whatever you want to call it is learning how to say no, and really discerning where I want, or maybe this is it, discerning where I want to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So
we got to do the cards though first, right?
We are.
I just want to keep talking about my dating life. It is amazing. I just didn't think I would have a dating life, but it's so interesting dating at this age. I'm telling you. Ugh. Anyways.
Okay, well, we can go more into it, but let's pull a card and maybe we'll talk about it then. Maybe we'll pull the card with the intention of your dating life.
Okay.
So I was going to ask you what card deck you wanted, but I've already started shuffling the Soulful Woman deck.
I think
So,
I love that. So let's go with it.
okay.
Let me know when you've already, okay, I see you're shuffling. So I just need to say when, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh.
Okay.
Have you
Before
started?
I drop them. Yeah, I'm shuffling. Say it whenever.
Okay. When?
Okay. Of course we're talking about your dating life because the card is okay. I can't see me. So is it there?
No, it's not in the screen.
Okay.
It's not in the screen.
All right, I'm working on it.
There it is. Okay. Bring it back.
The flow of partnership. The flow of partnership.
We're girls behaving metaphysically. Of course. That's the card, right? Like we
Right?
understand. Spirit is always talking through multiple mediums. All right. So what does it say?
Okay, I'm going to tell you what it says. See, it says the flow of partnership. I am connected to myself and to the cosmos, even as relationships enter or leave my life. I am grateful for these gifts of connection and engagement wherever and whenever they occur. I feel at peace with this process. At times, my path takes me into relationship. At other times, I am called to gently release relationship and be on my own as I journey forward. When I feel called to be in partnership, I relax into the process, knowing that I will attract the perfect partnership for me. I am open to the flow of life. I follow my unfolding journey with radical faith and courage, knowing that I am always connected to the life pulse of the universe and that the right people come into my life at the right time. And the card affirmation is the ebb and flow of relationship takes me where I need to be next on my path.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, I missed a lot of that because the man who serenaded me last night and is taking me on a date on Sunday texted me.
What did we tell you about looking at your texts during the show?
I'm sorry. I usually have my phone in work mode.
Michael Mangus, thank you.
Listen, you're not the only show host that does that stuff. I'm going to go to the higher ups here at New Thought Media Network and ban all phones in the studio. What did he say?
Oh,
what did he say?
Can I tell you? No, I can't say it on. I can't say it.
Oh, okay. All right.
But he just said, I recall conversations about, because we had a Skype date last night, not Skype, Zoom date last night. And he just says, so I recall conversations about blank, 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 but I don't remember if we decided about getting together this weekend. And I was like, yeah, we're seeing each other on Sunday. We arranged a picnic, or at least he arranged a picnic. So,
okay.
Yeah. So there we go.
All right. Well, again, now you have kids though. So we may have to, if you have kids, you have to have the phone next to you though. That's the only
I know. I can't. That's just what it is. Because, like, honestly, my daughter got an award. She got an award on Wednesday. My child got an award. She got an assembly award on Wednesday, and which, oh my God, it's on the refrigerator. My daughter got an assembly award on Wednesday, and anyways, okay. I'm so distracted.
Okay, well, it's okay. We're going to go to commercial. You'll have time to get it. But you were trying to tell us something about your dating and the partnership card. And the man interrupted, so you missed half of it. But so now you just have to make it up because I'm not reading it again.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to make it up. I don't know what to do to make it up. I'm just saying my daughter
I
got in a
just mean what the partnership card means for you. I don't
oh,
mean
oh, well, I don't know what it means for me because I don't have a partner.
all right. So well
Sorry.
for me, I didn't even think of a partner, and I do have a partner. I mean, for me, it's more about just partnering with spirit for me, and just really being in tune and connected to that space of listening. I mean, and because I think that's for me, that's the divine partnership that drives it forward. All of it, all of our partnerships. So for me, I think the affirmation was something about the ebb and flow. I say the ebb and flow of relationship takes me where I need to be on my next path, on my next on my path. And so, to me, that's what the card is about, as opposed to really. Not that it can't be about a partner. I mean, that's all good, but I mean, it's just I don't know. I feel like so much of the time I'm in conversation with spirit, and spirit listens. You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to trying to get my partner's attention. So I'm like, like, really, God, what does this mean? Really? Do I have to? Yes, you have to. I don't want to. Yes, you have to. The conversations and that kind of partnership, knowing that I'm supported. That's my story.
Yeah. Well, it's a good story to have. And before this is my daughter getting her award. Can you guys see that?
Very cute. Yeah.
Isn't she like
Very
the
sweet.
most adorable thing you've ever seen? Okay.
And what did she get the award for?
Okay, I'm going to read it to you. It says, Macy and her teacher. I love her. I love her. I sent her teacher like this very long email just expressing gratitude for how much I think her teacher literally loves her. Okay. So anyways, because things that come really easy for my older daughter, Macy has to work like 3 times hard for, their ASD really manifest in very different ways. And then, Macy has some other like developmental things. So, but she got an award for having a positive attitude towards learning and completing must-do learning task.
Nice. That's cool.
I bought her this big bouquet of sunflowers, and at the ceremony, and of course a bunch of gifts, because I don't know, that's just how I roll. It's one of my love languages is gift giving. And so I thought she would want to come home with me after the award ceremony, because that's usually like both my kids like to come home early whenever they can. But Macy was like, no, Mom, I want to go back to class. And she's like, I want to take my son. She was holding them like Miss America. And then I was like, okay, so I'm going to go. I had an appointment with my older daughter. We had family therapy, me and my older daughter. So we did that, which I also learned a ton about her world, which was amazing. And then I came, when I talked to the teachers the following day, they were like, Macy was in after school care. She would not put those sunflowers down. Every activity, she held her sunflowers in her arm. And I was like, because she is a sunflower. I just love her.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I think that's what helps. I mean, I think those are the things now that really entice kids to love school and to want to be there and to feel wanted and appreciated and needed and all of those things,
But do you remember how little she was? Do you remember? She was so tiny. Remember, she was 13 months. You met her around the same, like you met her because you were already in my life. And so she was so little.
Yeah.
And now she's going to be 9, Robin.
I know. It's crazy.
It is. And I told the person that I'm like going on dates with, I don't think we're dating. We're going on dates. I was like, I have to be stopped once I start talking about my children, because I will just gush and just keep going, because I have never been so in love in my whole life And I remember talking to you, and I was like, Robin, I think I might need to have a session with you because I'm not sure. Is this normal to like, am I over loving my children? Is this too much? You know, I need people to normalize this for me. So
There can't be too much love in the world. There just can't be, in my opinion.
look, it was on my Zoom date last night, right? While I'm being serenaded, right? He plays guitar and sings and has this amazing red hair. Okay, whatever. So he's serenading me, and Macy's knocking at my office door. Mom, it's our bedtime. We have to touch feet because that's how, Macy and I still co-sleep. And she's like, man on the computer time is over, Mom. We have to touch feet. And I literally told him, I said, look, my daughter has set the boundaries. It's called order, and it's now time for me to go touch feet, and we need to go to bed. So, and he's like, I'm going to make a song about that.
Well, that's good because, whoever comes into your life next will love all of those things. That
they're going to have to. There's no choice.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about loving the process of becoming and becoming who you are and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. Don't go away. And when we come back, I'm going to bet there's going to be a certificate that's going to get shown to us. That's all.
It's on the refrigerator, unless you put it in her bag. She's so crap.
We'll see you right back here on New Thought Media Network. Stay tuned.
Las Vegas and Rio Grande CSL present the 2026 New Thought in the Desert Conference, September 17th through 20th. Living the power of New Thought. Connect with some of the most amazing humans on the planet and create a world that works for all. Tickets on sale now at lasvegascsl.org. Come join us.
Life's messy. It's sacred too. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain, Reverend Casey Fight opens up. A recovering addict from everything. A minister. A yogi. An ultimate beginner right alongside you. This is Courageous Casey Conversations. Honest talk on mindfulness, spiritual growth, and recovery with dark nights of the soul, good ordinary direction, and plenty of laughter woven through. You are not alone in this mess we call life. Community, honesty, courage, hope. Come as you are. Watch live or catch the replay anytime on the New Thought Media Network or YouTube at Courageous Casey. Because deeply, we are one. Come join Reverend Casey every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time.
The Heal Your Life Workshop Leader and Life Coach Certification Training, approved personally by Louise Hay, is coming to San Diego. Facilitated by expert trainers Anna Milkik and Christy Dixon. This 3-month training includes multiple sessions on Zoom and 10 days in beautiful San Diego. It will change your life and enable you to help others transform their lives.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls. It's more than practical. Here come the girls. Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life that's free, listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Who doesn't love that song? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, you have to love that song. And we are back. We are Girls Behaving Metaphysically, loving our theme song by the wonderful, amazing, talented Ray Davis. Thank you so much. And we are here today becoming the architects of becoming. And really just talking about, I mean, we talk a lot on this show about, you know, different ways of becoming more yourself or letting go of things that don't serve you anymore and finding new ways. And so that's what we're diving into a little bit today. Just, you know, the architects of becoming, because that's who we are. We are the architects. It's not a hire out job.
It's not something you can outsource.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So, you know, what does that mean to you?
Like becoming? It makes me think of Michelle Obama's book. I don't know. Did you read her book, Becoming?
Parts of it. I have it on audiobook.
I also like the last like retreat that I did, the last like dance therapy retreat that I gave, I played this song that used, well, it was Michelle Obama's voice, but it was this poem, which is about being a woman who's constantly becoming. And I think there is this sort of myth in the West that somehow we, I don't know, arrive, right? And then we've done a thing, we've accomplished a thing, and we arrive. And the truth is, no, we're a species that's everything is constantly evolving, not just us as a species, but everything on planet Earth is constantly evolving. And so we are not like different from that. And so in our individuated lives, we continue to evolve. And so who I am today is not who I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And who I am today, if I am still alive and kicking and causing heaven on earth, as I like to say, I won't be the same in 5 years. And so that's a very different narrative than I think the narrative that is a part of the mainstream, which is you like it's constantly this sort of thinking that, oh, we arrive, we achieve, and then like somehow we've done a thing, and then that's the end of the thing. But becoming has a whole different embedded assumption, which is that this is ongoing. And I think from a metaphysical place, even not just our physical bodies and who we are in this life as individuated beings are always becoming, but even after we shuffle off this particular mortal coil, the becoming still keeps becoming. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does make sense. It does make sense. And I yes, it totally makes sense to me. And I think that for me, one of the most true and important things that you've said is even as we leave, we continue to become, more or less. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but I mean that thought, and so for me, which begs the question, if you know, when you said I'm not who I was, I you know, and all of that, and I'm thinking for me, just me from an integration point, am I not who I was? Because I still know that that's there. That may not be who I am, but it's still part of who I am and was part of my becoming. You know what I mean? So on some level, for me, I go, I mean, because I mean, I think that's how we have the awarenesses of either when we slip back into an old pattern or when we, see a pattern in someone else that we recognize.
Mm,
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Does it really go?
mm,
I mean, or is it still part of our being? It's just not what we focus on.
mm.
I don't know. Just a thought. That's what was
Say
coming up.
that very last part again, though, Robin. Can you say that last part again?
How long have you known me? I don't know what I say right after I say it.
Robin, come on. Say it
I
again.
I honestly, I don't. Michael, can you re-roll the tape? Do you know what I said? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I just, I don't know. I mean, it was the essence of what's inside. Even what we've, even I don't know. I won't do it justice if I try to say it again.
Robin, do you need like a few extra hours of like, how's your sleep these days?
It has nothing to do with my sleep. It has to do with that my mind goes forward. So it's like I once went, I think I've told you this before. I once went to the psychic when I was young who was like, the average person has, I don't remember the number, but let's just say, for lack of a better thing, 2,300 thoughts per second or something. She said, you have 3 times that. So it's like that. That's like an old thought because it was coming to me while you were talking. So once I say it, it's like gone. But I mean, the gist of it was basically just that when you said, that's not who I am anymore, or that's, it's like, that's not what you said, but it's like, is it, or that's not, I don't know. I don't know. It's for the thought was for me, how it can't go away, on some level. We just view it in a different way. I mean, I think it's kind of like anything out there, like, I mean, okay, the only thing coming up for me right now is politics and what's going on in the world. And like, I think we've gone through different phases of that, so making it up. But maybe in the beginning we were like outraged and how, crazy about it. And then we became into the place of like, okay, we're just going to bless it and we're going to trust that something bigger is happening. I mean, we go through phases, you know what I mean? But does that mean that the outrage is gone? I think we call on that I don't know. Those things they don't go away. They just shift energetically.
So like, if we bring it back to like what you were saying, like politically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those things they're still there. And yet how we move around those things, how we evolve with those things, that's where the shift happens. I was talking to someone about how I am like defiantly happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with all of the becoming, right? We're always becoming, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I'm noticing that is like kind of a core part of me, but that is also becoming even more, is this defiance around happiness and a life that is deserving of pleasure and joy. Like it has almost become, I don't want to call it an act of political resistance because like I don't because for it to be political resistance, it would need to be in response to something that I want less of in the world. It's just become an act of divinity, an act of knowing that joy is my human right. happiness is my human right. And I remember having to say, okay, the whole dating thing, like I said, has been interesting. Saying to someone who I was dating, who kind of couldn't understand because of all the things that are happening in the world, how I could be, I guess, happy. And I was like, "W- w- what would it mean if I decreased my joy, my pleasure for this life because other people think I should not be happy simply because of whatever social categories I am born in?" Right? Like I won't give, right, it's less about like I won't give those systems the pleasure of my misery.
Well, yeah, you're not giving them power over you.
No. And so happiness and joy, like often I have to remind people that, when the Haitian Revolution happened, right? When they kicked out Napoleon from what is now Haiti, when it was Saint-Domingue, the people who were enslaved engaged in this like African spirituality that involved lots of dance, lots of like joy in the body. And the French, they were like confounded. They were like, what are these people doing? Right. And then they literally beat the French army and kicked Napoleon out. And what is now Haiti became the first free Black republic in the West. And they've been paying ever since. But my point is joy and dance and loving each other and affirming our humanity was at the root of getting free. And so, yeah, I feel like that lives in my body. So,
Well, and that makes perfect sense. I mean,
go ahead.
yeah, no, yeah, that makes perfect sense because I mean that's like all that ancestral stuff we carry down, right? And all that, I mean, and those things that we resonate with that we may never know what they mean in our life or whatever. But I mean, so in becoming, I mean, staying on that topic of what we have to do. I mean, I think it's more about embracing and redefining as opposed to, letting it go, get it out of there. Like, no, you can't do that anymore. You can't be that way. It's like when I look at like an old pattern, for example, one of the things for me about this becoming thing is learning my own boundaries, right? Learning when to say yes and when to say no, and and putting myself first. Really focusing on what I want to do, or what will feed me, And so in that, like, it doesn't mean when someone asks me, to do something, it doesn't mean I have to get like militant and remember that it's about me and, I've let that go. And so, no, you know what I mean? It's really, for me, it's about noticing and like, actually, it's almost like you just said with your daughter, recognizing that, like giving myself that award and going, look at me, I can make a decision from a clear, clean space of moving forward and taking care of me, as opposed to the filter of the voices, the generations, the whatever, wherever you are coming from, of going, oh, but what if they don't like me? Or what if next time they don't ask me? Or what if, whatever it is, whatever filters are running in my head. And then I become able to integrate it and really like transmute the energy. So it's like we say, no energy goes away, just changes.
Yeah.
And so we can really then just bless it and have it move on.
Absolutely. And you know, there was something that you said about that. I don't know. I know I was raised to be a people pleaser. Um, and it's one of those things I've had to heal from. And also, a part of the healing has been really learning boundaries. And honestly, I feel like I think this is the thing about entering this phase of life, right? Which, in terms of rites of passage, I'm entering into the phase of like the crone. Um, and I don't know, I wanted to be 50 since I was like 13. Can I just say that? And part of that is, you know, growing up in New Orleans, which is technically a Catholic city. So but I was exposed to a lot of religions, right? Islam, like but the Catholics, right? That's my mom's family. We had a Catholic church in our neighborhood, and I spent so much time in that Catholic church because I absolutely loved the nuns. I loved hanging with them. They were fun. I couldn't believe how vulgar they were when they were playing cards. Like, I just loved everything about them, and so I really like in honestly, when I was 13 and was like, I want to become a minister, I just that it was probably more I wanted to be a priest, but more than anything is like I wanted to be a part of this community of irreverent nuns, right? Like I just wanted like that's what I wanted. But um why am I saying that? I am saying that because I remember like my first heartbreaking experience. Well, one of the first heartbreaking experiences around religion, and then start getting the message that I have to let go and give up caring what people think about me. I have no control over that. And I remember it's when I wanted to marry my first wife. I've only had one wife. What am I talking about? So when I wanted to marry her, right? And look, maybe it's my autism, I don't know, but I literally went to the church and was like, "We wanna get married." And they were like, "Well, you can't." And I was like, "Why?" And it was like, "Because it's 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 against the" whatever they said, I can't remember. And so then I remembered, oh, my aunt who was instrumental in getting Barack Obama elected, she had this big church in Chicago. And so then I went to the Methodist church and I was like, okay, my aunt is a Black woman minister. Of course, they're going to marry me and this woman that I love. So then I went there. I didn't go to her church. I went to the local Methodist church, but the minister there knew my aunt. And so I was like, I wanna marry this woman. Can you, um, marry us? And she was like, "No." And I just was like I remember being so heartbroken. And I remember telling my aunt I called my aunt in Chicago, and I was like, "Your colleague said that she would marry me." And I was so upset, and I remember saying to her, "I don't want you talking to her about me," or something like that. And my aunt said to me, "Baby, you can't control who talks about you. You just can't control it. You can't control what they think about you. You can't control who says what about you." And I remember being so, like, dealing with, like, this indignity of feeling like I can't marry this woman I love in the church, and I I can't stop people from thinking bad things or saying bad things about me, right? So dropping back into this thing around becoming, right? And these boundaries, right? Part of that is like, I realize now I can't control what anybody thinks about me. Like, I really get it now. I really, really get that. And a part of this becoming is like, it's not like I don't care what like people I care about think about me.
Okay.
But I certainly don't care about people who don't know me and don't care about me, what they think about me. And even the people that love me, whatever they think about me. Yeah, I'm open to hearing feedback in terms of how they experience me. And who I'm becoming is this woman who actually loves who I am.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
don't care what people think about me anymore.
Well, and yes, I hear you. And it I don't know, for me, it's not so much that I don't care. I mean, yes, and it's none of my business, first of all, what they think about me.
Amen.
And, I mean, I think that speaks to the four agreements, and don't take anything personal, because it's all, their own stuff. They're projecting their own stuff. But I mean, it's that place of, it's just about like, you can't take it all on,
No. No.
And so as we come to the close of this hour, which has been very short, it seems, on this topic anyway, it's really about, who are you becoming and how are you becoming who you are, kind of conversation. And I'm sure we're going to do more of this over the next couple of weeks. Because that's what we do here on Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Because, kind of what you said, that space of I don't care is kind of where we put everything into the metaphysical perspective on some level and go, that carrying aside, it's the way it is, and it's the way God has made it to be, so to speak, and so we move from that place, as opposed to going, why, or I don't want to, or I don't want to do it like this. So this week, taking it out there, I think the flow of partnership, that card, has come up for all of us to just look at, our partnership with ourselves, and where are we becoming, and where would we like to step more into those things that we absolutely love about ourselves, or that absolutely make us feel like Dr. Natasha, in that space of pure joy and pure excitement and pure radiance and love in life. How and where do we get to that place? So that's the question of the week. So take that out into your week, and next week come back and we'll unravel that and even talk about more juicy stuff. All right. Any closing thing you want to say?
Reverend Michael, when he came on and was like, as a person with small children, I cannot put my phone away. I just got a message from the school. This is why I can't put my phone away. I'm sorry. My daughter left all of her her dance clothes for the photos and her makeup. So now I gotta get off of here and then go rush all that up to the school, because that's single mom life.
Well, there you have it. Single mom life in just one momentary snippet of a text. All right. So take your life out and make it good, and come back and see us next week, right here on Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Bye.
Las Vegas and Rio Grande CSL present the 2026 New Thought in the Desert Conference, September 17th through 20th. Living the power of new thought. Connect with some of the most amazing humans on the planet and create a world that works for all. Tickets on sale now at lasvegascsl.org. Come join us.